If you've ever looked yourself in the mirror and said, "This is the last time I'm going to do it," only to find yourself doing the exact same thing tomorrow, you're absolutely not alone. From doom scrolling way past midnight, to eating snacks when you're not hungry, to habitually checking your phone every few minutes, bad habits stick around way longer than we want them to. And if you've ever wondered why it seems near impossible to quit those patterns, even when you know they're holding you back, then stay tuned. The truth is more surprising and hopeful than you think. Before we dive into this deep topic, remember to subscribe to the Growth Mindset Project and hit that bell icon so you never miss the strategies that can completely transform your life. Let's unlock real change together. All right, let's get real about why bad habits stick. And trust me, this goes way deeper than just a lack of willpower. You might have heard people say, "Just resist temptation," or "You know better, so do better." The reality is, our brains are a little more complicated than that, and understanding this can make all the difference. Let's start with the first big myth. That willpower is all you need. Here's the shocking truth. Willpower is actually one of the flakiest things you can rely on. Some days, you wake up full of resolve. Other days, you're grabbing another cookie without even thinking. Scientifically, it's because willpower lives in your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain in charge of decisions and impulse control. But those pesky habits? They're stored much deeper in your brain, in a place called the basal ganglia, the autopilot system. So while you might force yourself to resist a craving for a little while, built-in habits run on autopilot. And when you're stressed or tired, your brain defaults to what's automatic, exactly what you're hoping to change. That's why willpower alone almost never works for long-term change. But there's hope. Small environmental tweaks work better. Want to break the habit of late-night scrolling? Leave your phone in another room. Don't want to snack mindlessly? Don't keep candy bowls on your desk. Making the unwanted behavior just a little harder to do frees up mental energy and sets you up for success, instead of asking you to white-knuckle your way through every single day. Let's bust another myth. If something is bad for you, you should be able to stop doing it. Right? Wrong. Just knowing better isn't enough. Your brain always prioritizes immediate rewards over distant benefits. So, even if you know binge-watching TV until 2 a.m. is bad for your health, in the moment, your brain is laser-focused on how good it feels right now, not on how tired you'll be in the morning. This is the science of the brain's reward system, and it's why we keep coming back for that next quick hit of pleasure. Here's the last common myth. Bad habits need to be cut out completely. Lots of people try to go cold turkey, but this rarely works. Habits stick because the brain expects a reward, usually triggered by a place, feeling, or a cue. If you take away the habit without replacing that reward, your brain feels like something's missing. That's why substitution works far better than simple elimination. If your reward for finishing work is a glass of wine, try swapping in a non-alcoholic drink in a nice glass, put on comfy clothes, and relax in a different chair. You're giving yourself a new routine that signals work is done, time to unwind, but without the old behavior. And here's an even deeper twist. The habits you can't seem to shake are usually wrapped up in how you see yourself. You might say, "I'm such a procrastinator," or "I'm just a night owl," or "I have no self-control." When you describe yourself this way, it's not just a reflection. It's setting up the script for your future actions. Your brain desperately wants your actions to match your identity. But you can rewrite those scripts. Try shifting "I'm a night owl" to "I'm learning to sleep earlier," or "I'm practicing better decisions." This tiny change over time nudges your brain toward the new identity, and habits begin to align with this new self-image. If you've ever wondered why certain thoughts seem to sabotage your progress, it's because of something called cognitive distortions, tricky mental shortcuts your brain uses to justify bad habits. One of the worst offenders? Just this once. You know what I'm talking about. You promise yourself not to do something, but then whisper, "just for today." Problem is, every "just once" actually strengthens the bad habit, telling your brain the rule isn't strict, making it easier to make exceptions the next time. Or maybe you fall for all or nothing thinking. You slip up once and then think the whole week is ruined. Or false permission, telling yourself you've had a tough day and deserve that treat. Or "I'll get on track Monday." Naming these patterns is the first step to breaking them. Next time you hear one, pause and ask, is this going to help me become the person I want to be? That split second of awareness puts power back in your hands. Feeling like this is helpful? Go ahead and click the like button below if you're learning why bad habits stick around. And tell me in the comments what your toughest habit is. I love reading your stories, and you might help someone else realize they're not alone. Let's move to strategies you can actually put to work, starting today. Here are 5 science-backed ways to outsmart the reasons why bad habits stick. First, design your environment. Add friction to the bad habit. If you want to scroll less, log out of social media, put your phone on a high shelf, or uninstall the app. If snacking is the issue, keep treats out of sight or in a tough-to-reach spot. The harder your brain has to work to access the bad habit, the less likely you'll fall into it. Second, make if-then plans. Called implementation intentions, these are small promises you make in advance. If I feel anxious, then I'll take 3 deep breaths instead of reaching for my phone. Or, if I feel the urge to procrastinate, I'll work for 5 minutes before deciding to stop. These specific plans help guide your brain through trigger moments, increasing your chances of sticking to good behavior. Third, swap your habit for a new one. The replacement rule means you need to meet the same need, just in a healthier way. If you stress eat for comfort, what else could provide that relief? Maybe it's a quick meditation, or maybe sipping tea while focusing on your 5 senses. The key is that your replacement needs to actually satisfy the urge. Fourth, harness habit stacking. Attach your new behavior to something you already do. For example, after you make coffee in the morning, write your main priority for the day. After you brush your teeth at night, stretch for a minute. When you link new actions to existing routines, your brain latches onto them faster. Fifth, the 10-minute rule. When you feel a craving or urge, tell yourself, "I'll wait 10 minutes." Most cravings lose their power with time. This pause lets your rational brain catch up and take control, instead of letting your autopilot habits run the show. And when you slip up, and you will, it's not failure. Every time you return to your new behavior, even after a setback, you make the new path in your brain a little stronger. Treat each slip like data. What triggered you? Which thought pattern was in play? How can you catch it next time? Asking these questions shifts you from self-blame to self-growth. If you're finding these tips valuable, tap that subscribe button and ring the bell. And don't forget, a quick like or comment makes a huge difference for our community and helps others discover life-changing content. You now have the truth about why bad habits stick and tools to start untangling even the trickiest routines. Next time you catch your brain rationalizing, just this once, try pausing. Notice the moment and see if you can write a new story for yourself. If you want to keep building unstoppable habits and boost your growth, check out the other videos right here on the Growth Mindset Project. Don't forget to hit that bell to keep leveling up your mind.